going? Yes, we are. Okay. So they give us, okay, a geometric sequence. They give us 81, negative 27, positive 9, then what? Negative 3. Okay, they ask us for the next three terms, okay? And then they ask us to graph them. Remember, you're going to, in the graphs, you're just going to plot them. And if you have questions about how to graph them, ask me later. Okay, so we got to find out what it is that we're timesing by, okay? And what we said the other day was you take any number and divide it by the one in front of it, okay? I could take this divided by this, or that. I'm going to take the smallest divided by the next smallest, okay? Because I like small numbers. They're easy to work with, okay? We also talked about this yesterday. Since it went positive, negative, what you're timesing by is a negative number, okay? If you times by a positive number, they'll be all positives or all negatives. But when it flip-flops, that means you're timesing by a negative, okay? So let's take any number. I'm going to take negative 3 and divide by the number in front of it, 9. And 3/9 simplifies. 3 goes in here 1 time, 3 goes in here 3 times. So I want to make sure you understand what negative 1/3 means. That's what you're timesing by, okay? So how do I find this next number? I take negative 3 and times by negative 1/3. So let's do that. Negative 3 times negative 1/3. A negative times a negative is a positive. These 3's cancel, and we get 1.
Now you take 1 and divide that.
Not divide. Times by what? And what's 1 times negative 1/3? Negative 1/3. And times by 1, that's easy. Okay?
And then you got to times that.
Take negative 1/3 and do what with it? Times by? Negative 1/3 again. A negative times a negative is a positive. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? And again, it kept alternating. It should have positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Next one would be a negative number. Okay? 23. 3 more to go. And the last two is something we have not talked about yet. It's not difficult. We just haven't talked about it yet. 32, 8, 2. 8, 2. And then what, a half or something like that? And then 1/2. Okay. Now I'm just curious. Is my ratio going to be negative this time? Last time it was negative.
No, it's going to be positive.
Why?
Because there's no negatives.
There's
and it's
be careful.
Opposite. There's not
Right.
opposite.
If it went like this, I want to make sure you understand. There's negatives all over the place there. It would still be a positive ratio because they're not flip-flopping, okay? It's only a negative if they flip-flop, okay? So they're not flip-flopping, so we just take any number. I'm going to take 8. I'm going to take 2. 2 and divide by the one in front of it. 2 divided by 8. That simplifies. 2 goes in here once. 2 goes in here 4 times. 1/4 is what we're timesing by. So again, to find the next 3 numbers, we take 1/2 and do what with it?
Multiply it by 1/4.
We do that. Tops, 1 times 1 is 1. Bottoms, 2 times 4 is 8. To find the next one, 1/8 times 1/4 again. 1 times 1 is 1. 8 times 4 is 32. To get the last one, take 1 over 32. And again, times by 1/4. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 32, I don't expect you to do that in your head, but it is 128. And then they ask you to graph them, okay? Any question on those two? Okay, the last 2 questions we have not talked about yet. They want you to come up with an equation, okay? An equation. Now, here's the deal. If I gave you this, just real quick here, if I gave you this right here, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. You guys see a pattern here? What am I doing? How am I getting these numbers?
You're timesing it by itself.
Not by itself.
By the one in front of it?
No. What comes after 32 on this? By what? By 2.
Yeah.
We're timesing by 2. I times by 2, I times by 2, I times by 2. Now, if I was to ask you, just so you understand, if I was to ask you for the 80th number on the list, you know how you find the 80th number on the list? You'd have to,
you divide.
well, you multiply the 79th number by 2. Well, what's the 79th number?
We don't know.
So how would you find the 79th number?
You plug it in.
Times the 78th number times 2. What's the 78th number?
We don't know.
So in order to find the 80th number, as of right now, there's only one way you could do it. You'd have to know all 79 in front of it. And we don't want to do that, okay?
Don't you have to take the 32 and times it by something?
Well, here's what we got to do. We got to come up with a formula. I'm going to show you how to come up with a formula. Again, based as right now what we know, the only way you could find the 80th number is you have to know all 79 in front of it. We don't want to do that, okay? So you want to jot this down. For a geometric sequence, okay, jot this down. A geometric sequence. This looks confusing, okay? We're going to explain everything here. G sub, actually make it A sub n, equals A sub 1 times r to the n minus 1 power, okay? Now you're wondering, what the heck is all of this stuff, okay? Well, A sub n, well, A sub 1 means the first term, What's the first term on this one?
1,
What's the first term on this one?
32.
First term here was 81. This is A sub 1. You know what this one is? A sub 2. A sub 3. What does A sub 4 mean? The fourth number. It's the fourth number. Is A sub 4 always negative 3? No. A sub 4 here is a half, okay? So A sub 1 is the first term, A sub 2 is the second term, A sub 3 is the third term, okay? So what I want you to understand in number 25 is this, okay? They give you this list of numbers. 2, 8, 32, 128. Okay, and then they ask you for the, they eventually want you to find the, where's that? A sub 6. They want A sub 6. Now that wouldn't be that bad because they gave you the first, second, third, fourth. We'd have to find the fifth and then the sixth. But what if I asked you for A sub 66? You wouldn't want to find all those terms in front of that, okay? So I'm going to show you how to come up with your formula, and then we're going to find the sixth term based on that formula. So on this particular problem, what's A sub 1?
2.
2. R is the rate. The rate, and what are we doing here? How am I going from 2 to 8?
Going up.
By what? How did I go from 2 to 8?
6.
Well, if I'm adding 6, but if I add 6, do I get 32 the next time?
Times by 4.
Times by 4, okay? If I times 4, I times 4, I times 4. So what's R in this case?
4.
4 to the n minus 1. Okay, that's your formula. I will give you this shell of a formula on your next test. You got to know how to use it though. So, you know how you find A sub 6? Well, I replaced n with 6. You know what I put over here for n? 6. Okay? So, actually I'm going to put this right here. You're going to type that in. So it's going to be 2 times 4 to the 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. 2 times 4 to the 5th power. Okay? Now, make sure you do your powers first. 4 to the 5th.
Excuse the interruption. At this time, baseball players, softball players, and golfers should all be released. Thank you.
I thought they were released a lot. Oh, did you guys have a game today? JV game?
Nope, but I guess we're going somewhere.
Wait for you, Brooklyn.
Do you ladies know what's going on?
They said release. Do we bring our stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
just take it.
You have a game, right?
Yeah.
What time's your game? I mean, are you guys, is that what this is? You're getting out early for the game right now?
I have no clue. We didn't last time.
Hope you guys ain't quarantined.
I ain't got a game.
I'd head down there, but They may- they may send you back.
I'm
They
not
might-
going alone.
they might send you back. All right, so make sure you do your powers first. 4 to the 5th. A lot of students say that's 20. It's not 4 times 5. It's 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. That's a big number, okay? 4 times 4 is 16.
1,024.
Say it again.
It's 1,024.
And then take 2 times 1,024. That's 2,048. Okay, I'm going to check, not to say I don't trust you,
That's how
but.
the game works.
Yep. All right, let's try one more.
2048.
You play that game?
Yes.
I used to play it all the time. What's the highest you ever got on it?
I
Did you ever get a
don't know.
4096? You can keep going after 2048.
I don't know. I've made it into 1,000 bucks. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, I can get 2048 pretty easily. And I actually, if you keep going, I get to the tile at 4,096. And one time I got 9,000 something. That's,
How? That takes so long.
it took a while. I only did it one time. So I was addicted to it for a couple months and then, so, but anyhow.
Probably holds the world record. Not even know.
I don't think so. Okay, last one, number 27. So this one's a little tougher. We have -1/8, -1/4, -1/2. -1/8, -1/4, -1/2, -1. Okay, hopefully this is still, yep, we're still going. Okay, so they want you to find the formula. So A sub n equals, A sub 1 on this problem is what? What's our first term?
1/8.
-1/8 times, well, how am I going from here to here? What do I
We
times?
gotta divide it. It's
Well, what's that?
2.
Close, not 2. You're close, okay? What do I do? What do I times by? I want, is it going to be a positive or a negative?
Positive.
Right, because they're not
Sorry,
changing.
teachers, those students need to return back to class. It's just the golf players that need to be released.
Okay. So, to be positive,
Specific.
what do I do to 1? What do I times 1 by to keep it 1?
1.
1. What do I times 8 by, or what do I do with 8? Oh, you're right, it is 2. I'm sorry. You're right, it is 2. So 2 to the n minus 1. Or what I could do is take this divided by this, and you would get 2. Yep. Oh, I apologize. Okay, and then how are we going to find them with the 6th term again? Plug in, is it 6? Yep, they want the 6th term. So, negative 1/8 times 2 to the 6 minus 1. So, negative 1/8, 2 to the 5th. 2 to the 5th is 32. If you take negative 1/8 times 32, I think you get negative 4. Almost positive it's negative 4. And it is. Okay? Questions on this?
Nope.
Okay, so you got the rest of the hours. You guys can work on this. You have all hour on Monday to work on it, and then let's do it at the end of the day Monday.